don't want to set up a think tank about our education system. I want to roll up my sleeves and sort it out. And I think there are two key regards in which it needs to be sorted out. The first is about standards, and the second is about structures. On standards, I think it's just very important that we really are clear that schools should be places of learning and places of discipline and order. And you've got to give to the head teachers of schools the absolute right to say who is allowed to attend their school. And you've got to say to them, look, if you want to exclude a pupil because they're behaving so badly it's wrecking the education of everyone else, you must be able to exclude that pupil. I want head teachers to be the captains of their ship. And if head teachers want to say to parents, before your child comes to this school, we're going to sign a contract about how they're going to behave and about how you're going to behave and how you're going to back up me and my teachers, I'm fine with that as well. Right now, too many teachers and too many head teachers say to them, you know, schools are like reception areas for children no matter how badly they behave. And sometimes when the teacher disciplines the child, the parents join in on the child's side. Now, we're not going to get anywhere if we don't have schools that are really places of discipline. If you can't have discipline and order, you don't learn anything. So the standards have got to change. And I'm quite clear that we should be teaching proper subjects. I might sound a bit old-fashioned about this, but I think it's important to teach history and geography and English, and to teach sciences individually rather than lump them all together. And I think some of the things being proposed for our curriculum, where it's all about experimenting, experiencing and whatever, you've got to teach people. There is a body of knowledge that has to be imparted, as well as the wonders of opening up children's creative minds. On the one hand, what is it we do to someone who is caught carrying a knife on our streets? It seems to me obvious that if you're caught carrying a knife or a gun, you should go to prison. It should be an automatic deterrent. And people should know that this is something that's just unacceptable. So we need to send a signal to people that, look, carrying a knife or a gun is just something you don't do, ever. You know, that's the first. But even that I don't think will work. We've got to rewind and ask ourselves, well, why is it people are carrying knives and guns in the first place? What is it that's going wrong in our families and in our schools that lets this happen? And I think that's where we've got to do more to strengthen families. We've got to do more to make sure that, as I said earlier, that, you know, schools are places where there really is good discipline and order. And we've got to ask ourselves, why are so many young kids deciding to join gangs? Well, I would argue that one of the reasons is, for some young people, there's no responsible male role model in their life. They're kind of joining a gang as an alternative family, because there hasn't been someone to guide them and to give them help as they grow up. They look for some other group to join. And I think we'll only really get to grips with the gangs when we not only say you'll be punished very toughly if you carry a gun or a knife, but actually we're going to do more to bolster families, more to bolster schools, more to support the voluntary bodies that often are the best at giving young people a diversion away from the gang and into something else.